It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and I want to thank everybody that shows me love all over the world. Without you guys, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, and I really thank you. In the House of the Legends, I have someone that's he's family. He's related to me, and he has a new EP out, and he's a producer, and he's also a DJ. And so I give you DJ RP Beats.
Peace, family. Thanks for having me.
Hey man, it's been
How
a
are
long
you?
time coming, man.
Yeah,
We gotta look out for family, man. You know what I mean? We all in the same era doing the same thing, man. So we have to make it spectacular. So
true.
DJ RP, man, we're gonna talk about the DJ side of you,
Okay,
and then we're
okay.
gonna we're gonna escalate it, convert it over to the production side of you with the new EP out. Now the EP is on all platforms, I believe, and y'all guys go out there, support him with it. But we're going to talk about it.
All right.
So, DJ RP, let's talk about your DJing, man, because when did you actually get started actually doing the craft of that?
Oh man, I started DJing. Man, I think I was about 11 years old,
Wow.
and
Okay.
just kind of like watching my cousins and a lot of the OGs around me. Doing the park jams and
Hmm.
house parties and stuff like that. And I used to carry crates. I used to help set up.
Right, right,
And I would just go. I would just stand and watch for hours and just pick up this, the style and the skill set.
right.
And then I started collecting my own vinyl, with my allowance. So my dad would give me allowance, and then I would start going to local record shops, and I already had my own radio, so I was listening to BLS. I was listening to
Hmm.
Kiss FM and Red Alert, and just learning about the artists,
Right,
getting in tune with the names, Run DMC, Houdini, all these legendary artists we had.
right,
So
right.
I would just go run to the shop and just start buying 12 inches,
You
you
know,
know.
I noticed you still playing with the 12s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I know quite a few, but I got the 12s too, but I play
Right.
on both of them. You know what I'm saying? But it's very rare that you see a lot of people play with the 1200s. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, these new kids, they try to look at me like a dinosaur, but
Right,
my
right,
thing is, that's my weapon of choice. So when I go out
right,
to
right.
play, man,
Exactly.
they go, "Well, I don't understand how you can lug those heavy table." I said, "You watching me do it. You watch
Well,
me do it every weekend. I'm still here. I'm still doing it, and I love it. So I'm gonna continue to do it."
it's funny that you mention that because being a dinosaur is one thing, but a lot of young cats that I know can't even play on 12s. You know what I'm
No, they
saying? It's
can't.
like a whole different thing for them. You know,
Exactly.
And so from there, man, where did it actually take you as far as gigging and things like that?
Oh man, it took me a lot of places. I started making relationships with like local promoters in my neighborhoods,
Right.
and started playing like house parties, and it just transitioned into from house parties to block parties to private events. Then I started getting into the clubs, and
Right.
I started growing, man. And then after a while, I started to write. I started writing songs and stuff, but I love the technical side. I love
Right.
the
Right. Right.
the create the creative side. Like once I start getting into the production, I start listening to how beats were being made, and and I started wanting to learn how to make tracks and
Right. Right.
make
Right.
beats, and and that's when my passion started growing for the production.
You know, what I was getting ready to say was that due to the fact that you're from the old school era and you're still actually active right now,
Right.
have the game changed? And since because right now, would you feel that at this point of the craft itself, would you say
Mm.
that it's more competitive?
Um, I would say that it's it's not really competitive in that way. I just think it's watered down.
Okay.
I think with what I see out here now, it's like there's a lot of guys who call themselves DJs, but they haven't really put in the work to really learn the craft and, as you
Right.
said, harness the skill set,
Right.
um, and really be able to, have that musical knowledge and really study the art.
Right.
A
Right.
lot of these guys is more like social media guys. They're popular on social media, and they kind of using the computer as
Right.
a way
Right.
to try to mask the fact that they don't really have the natural skill set that they need, and they have a lot of limitations in terms of when it's time to read a floor and really play out.
Right.
So when I go out to play, if I'm playing on a bill with a couple of the newer guys, it shows. It's like night and
Right.
day.
Right. Right. Right.
And the thing of it is, no matter what the age group is, the proof is in the pudding because the people give a valid response. They go,
Mhm.
"Hey, that guy can't play like you, or that guy doesn't know the music
Right.
like you
Right.
do."
Uh huh.
So when you get that response from a live audience, of a mixed crowd, from the age of 22, 21 to upwards of 30, 40 years old, and
Hmm.
you get that appreciation, you realize that you aren't a dinosaur. You're
Right.
proficient. You're proficient at your craft, and good music always keeps me going, and it
Right.
keeps opening doors.
Hmm. Let's talk about the monetary aspect of what's going on right now.
Mm,
I mean, I get paid pretty well when I'm out there. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But um, is it always some type of confusion when you're actually telling a promoter, well, this is what I charge and this is what I do? And sometimes they be like, well, I know somebody else going to do it for like, I know a guy around the corner could do it for like $50. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right,
stuff. Have you
right,
ever
right.
experienced that with a promoter in a sense?
Yeah, promoters and also club owners, bar owners.
Hmm.
But and a lot of times, for me, I'll just step away and I let them know, hey, if you're into price, if that's what you want to try, then be my guest. And
Hmm.
a lot of times I've had to walk away from situations like that, and
Right,
then
right.
after a while they see the difference, and then my phone starts ringing,
Of
and
course.
they call me back. So
Yeah,
it all, like what comes around goes around.
yeah, most
It's
definitely.
that's the industry we're in.
Well, the industry is a cunning, baffling, insidious type of business anyway.
Exactly.
In all aspects of it, unless you know the fundamentals of the business itself. So,
Right.
what can you actually tell the viewers about the business aspect of it, in a sense, to keep you humble and grounded?
Well, I would say, to the viewers out there, everybody that's tuned in. I mean, you have to really understand that, like you said, it is a business, and you need to study. You need to understand how the money is made, and understand what your rights are to claim, and understand the percentages and all of these things, so that you could protect yourself.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, like you said, no one's going to protect you in
Of
in the,
course.
in the industry. So you
Hmm.
have to understand the ins and outs of the business.
So, due to the fact that you gig a lot, do you get a lot of gigs now, or is it just something that just happens momentarily? You know?
At this point, like I've had I had a time frame where I
Okay.
was doing gigs nonstop for a certain amount of years, and I've kind of toned down, just on my
Right.
own, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
I was gigging almost every day,
Wow.
and I had to really tone that down because I value the quality of life. I'm a
Hmm.
dad.
Right.
I
Right.
have a daughter, so
Hmm.
I can't be running crazy and not getting sleep, and
Hmm.
that's another thing. Your health is key.
Yeah,
You
most
know,
definitely.
playing till 4 o'clock in the morning, not getting
Yeah.
proper sleep, not eating at the correct time. It's
Hmm.
like can't keep that up every day. So now I kind of pick and choose. I go out on my weekends. I have certain weekends that I play.
Uh-huh.
I have my monthly schedule that I set, and it goes very well. And it's manageable, and I still have a balance of life.
Mm-hmm. Are you still? How can I say? Are you still to the point where you're still ongoing to the point where you're balanced right now, or
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, I'm balanced. You like I said, usually I'm somewhere. Usually every weekend I'm somewhere, or
right,
and then like I said, I pick and choose. Then I have my private parties. I'm also a signed DJ under the Scratch umbrella down in the city.
okay,
The Scratch Academy, which was founded by DJ Jam Master J.
right, right,
I was I'm a DJ in the on the corporate events and the high end event side.
mm-hmm.
I've been with those guys for about 11 years, doing a lot of high end weddings, a lot of corporate events. So yeah, that's a part of the family as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of, I branched out, Victoria's Secret, Nike,
Right,
these type of events as well. I've been doing for a long time, and then also expanded and got into being a promoter,
mm-hmm.
as far as the comedy show lane.
Right,
And
right.
I promoted a lot of high end comedy shows for about 9-10 years, man.
Oh, that's great.
I work with some big name comics, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been fortunate to sell out every show that I promoted on that side.
That's great. That's
And
great. Right.
I expanded, and was able to travel and work with on a lot of those shows.
All right. Before we continue, tell my viewers actually where you based from.
Oh, I'm originally born. I'm at currently now. I'm in upstate New York.
Okay.
But originally born and raised in Brooklyn, New York,
Mm-hmm.
and that's shout out to the family, and I've been here upstate, probably like 23 years.
Okay.
But I gig everywhere. I travel all over the state, tri-state, and been doing that for a long time now.
All right. So he has 2 tracks out, and like I said, I want you guys to support him. We're going to actually play one of them right now. It's called Sunshine, and we're going to play that and listen to it and just do what y'all got to do. We'll be right back.
Peace.
For the love of house.
The dynamic soul sounds of
For the love
DJ
of dance.
Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe.
Wisdom is the wise word spoken by the wise man. Wisdom is also symbolic to the black woman. Long natural hair, short with the waves. I give a shout out to my sisters with the curly braids. They call it 4C, we call it 9-ether. She suffer autoimmune and formed alopecia. So keep a black woman's name out your mouth. I will slap her brains out his scalp. They on demon time, she on guard time. Let's take a walk, we gon' see what's on the goddess mind. She said she working on healing from her past trauma. Police killed her dad and shit went bad for her mama. Drug addicted, she neglected her brothers and sisters. She never felt beautiful cause she was dark-skinned. That's heartbreaking, ain't it? But darling ain't complaining, she on a queen of four. She know the woman's sacred, divine feminine with spice like cinnamon. She only want that strong masculine but still a gentleman.
Daytime, nighttime, her skin glow like sunshine. Cocoa, honey and gold, sprinkling a little bit of sunshine. Daytime, nighttime, her skin glow like sunshine. Cocoa, honey and gold, sprinkling a little bit of sunshine.
She only seem on the 27th and the 25th. That's why she tastes like nectar. Give me kiss. Not every black woman is a goddess, but if you got one, then I can make you a promise. The weapons might form against you, but none will prosper. If you got her, she'll elevate you to your highest chakra. She the mother, she the healer, she the oracle. That's why I'm comfortable near her, I could be vulnerable. We all came to this world through the sacred womb, including every last king in the ancient tomb. So how could they assume that she ghetto, she ratchet, when she inspired every trend that came into fashion?
Just his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight. And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And in the house of the legends, we have DJ RP Beats. What's going on, dude?
Peace, family. Thanks for having me once again.
Man, you know, I'm listening to this track, man, and I'm hearing a lot of wisdom, you know, and it's very seldom that you hear certain things in a track that are very informative, that really make sense. And that's my whole theory of actually listening to a track and things of that nature. So now we're going to get to convert over to the production side of you and the producer that you are. So tell the viewers about that.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, like I said, as far as, transitioning into, spinning and then getting over into songwriting and working with different artists, man, I found a love for just trying to learn how to make the music that I was playing. And once I started falling into love with that, I started to, develop, into, working on the machines. My first machine was the MPC 60.
Okay.
And, I started on that, and I started producing tracks for a group that I had from Long Island.
Okay.
At the time, group was called Poetry in Motion.
Right.
Another group, Partners in Crime. And I had a manager, and my manager, he was out of Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Okay.
And he managed us, and he got us some shows, and we started working, man. We started performing, and we did some stuff in Long Island. We got our demos shopped to Elektra Records.
Okay.
So, I got my feet wet, and eventually, I transitioned out of that. I worked with another couple of groups I started producing, and then I found myself working with Wyclef in the refugee camp for a little bit.
Right.
In their camp, and harnessed my skill set as well. I learned a lot from him, especially Wyclef.
Well, Wyclef is a very teachable dude, man. He's very exclusive, very broadband when it comes to production. So that's a good thing. That's real good.
He gave me some great international tips in terms of formula. Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of, I transitioned out into corporate. I kind of stepped away because of the deals that were being offered, the contracts that were presented, was basically robbing me. So,
of course,
I made a choice. All right. That's what we said earlier, right?
Yeah.
We got to read the fine print. So, I decided, I had to step away. But my dad, after I stepped away for a period of time, my dad said, man, you got all these beats and all these tracks and people love your beats. And, you telling me you don't have a body of work to represent you? You don't have a body of work in the world. So, I read up, and I decided to create the Master Elements brand.
Okay.
And, and I wanted to bring the consciousness back to the music. And, but I wanted to make good music that would feed the mind, feed the soul, and music that, the common man and woman and child could relate to. So, I was able to, establish the brand, and I started with the first project was like a kind of like a compilation album. I featured a lot of different artists around me, but I wound up connecting with my partner now. His name is Sincere Love to God. Okay. And I decided to form the group exclusively with him.
Right, right,
He's he's the MC. I'm the DJ producer.
right.
A la Gangstar, Pete Rock, CL Smooth.
Okay.
And we put out the second project. This was during the pandemic. The project is called The Spear and the Shield. The group name is Master Elements, and
Right, right,
we
right.
were able to get a lot of great critical acclaim from that project. And shout out to DJ Premier and DJ Eclipse. They wound up playing us on
Uh,
the Sirius Satellite Radio Show, Rappers Out of Control, Shade 45. And we got a lot of great responses from that. That
mhm.
project fed a lot of people, and so we decided to come back with the Masters Table, which is the new album that's out now.
And let's talk about that actual album because I only heard two. Well, I heard quite a few tracks from because you sent me some tracks, and I'm like, wow. You know,
Thank you.
tell the viewers how y'all actually established
Um,
that EP itself.
yeah. This is a full album. We
Okay.
got. I think we're sitting around 14 tracks.
Right.
The Masters Table is kind of a accumulation of my love for like jazz music, like the Miles Davis and
Right.
the
Right.
John
Right.
Coltrane's, and that
Uh-huh.
I assembled some live musicianships to accompany me
Right.
as far as the production in that vein. So this album is a lot more musical, in that vein, coming from the last project, The Spear and the Shield.
Right.
A lot of strings, a lot of pianos, a lot of these songs are more like a composition piece, kind
Right.
of in the
Right.
vein of the jazz hip hop genre, but also some funk elements in there, and
Right. Right. Right.
and it's still hard. It's still good hip hop. It's still
Right.
got some knock to it as well, and then it's beautiful music.
And
Like
it's
you
cool.
played,
Yeah, it's cool
yeah.
because I see the integration
Hmm.
of the tracks and the things that you're actually putting in there. You
Right.
know, my question to you is that people that actually want to get into this craft of actually doing what you're doing, and it's easily said than done, and I'm a witness to that.
Right.
What can you actually say to them to encourage them to get into the craft and do it well?
I would say, dedicate. Dedication is key.
Hmm.
Dedicate yourself to, learn the craft, whatever position that you want to play in the
Right,
culture. Whatever role, whether it's DJing, producing, being an artist. You want to study the greats as well, and you want to
hmm,
practice your craft and keep developing it and keep an open mind. Also, like I said earlier, learn the business. So
right,
you
exactly, yeah.
understand how the money is made, and
Hmm.
make sure you protect yourself so you can make money to support yourself, and also invest in your craft. If you're
Right, right.
passionate, you have to be passionate about it as well.
I always stress to my viewers that the monetary part of it is a part that could actually change you as well. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. They lose
Mm,
their focus, and all of a sudden, you don't even hear from them no more because the label's ready to drop them because of their grandiose type of attitude.
right,
So we all got to stay humble and grounded, especially in what we do.
right,
And the most of all, I want to stress the part of atmospheric conditions, being around positive vibes,
right,
because there's a lot of people out here that want to see you do what you do, and they try to discourage you in that sense. You know what I mean? But if you're a person that just love it for heart's sake instead of for the monetary part of
right.
it, there's nothing can actually just take you away from that. So let's
Right.
talk about some shout outs right now. Who you want to shout out
Okay.
to, man?
Oh my
But
God.
before we shout out, let me shout out to my daughter Lorene. I know she's going to be watching this.
Hey,
You know
hey,
what I'm saying?
hey, family. Much love, much love. I want to shout you out, for having me, and definitely,
Thank you, my brother. Yeah.
present me on your platform. And I appreciate everybody involved today. Just want to shout out my partner, Sincere Love to God. He's the voice of Master Elements, and my family back at home, my dad. Everybody worldwide that's tuning in, that will tune in.
Hmm.
Definitely appreciate your support. Everybody that's been showing a lot of love for the new album. online and offline. I appreciate your support as well. And we're looking forward to growth. And shout everybody out. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today.
Let's talk about your podcast and how they can actually connect with you with that, and how often do you actually do your podcast?
The podcast is on through the YouTube channel called Sincere Love the Godcast. And you guys can tune in on a weekly basis. We have a certain amount of shows that we have coming on. We also have that we cover social commentary as well. We have guests, black business guests to present their businesses as well through the podcast.
Right.
So we also have the Pick Me Godcast, where we're dealing with couples and relationships. We cover that as well. So there's a lot, there's a lot of, great variety. And we're doing a Dakota series right now on the album, on the Master's Table. So we basically present each song every week, and we basically decode the lyrics and the inspiration of each of the songs on the album.
That's great. Well, I want to say it's been an honor, man. I mean, an honor to have you on my show, man.
Thank you.
And I just want to tell everybody, go out there, support the brother, listen to his music, be open-minded, connect with him, all you DJs and producers out there, and have some fun. So this has been another T-Love video production, and y'all guys stay tuned for another episode. Hey, fam, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Peace.
It's not just mine, it's on her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
You recognize this technique? Huh? 5 elements. You remember.
I think I'm Ghostface, Raekwon, Purple Tape, Napalm. Rainy Days was a great song. 10 fire emojis, face palm. Wait for him. The God takes his time. He studied knowledge itself. Circa 85. Not to dwell on the past, these are the greatest times. Peace to those who survived the Ronald Reagan crime era, the sentence disparities, etc. The list goes on and on and on. It's a plethora. Too many injustices. Don't want to be redundant. If the 13th Amendment loophole wasn't enough to light a fire under your ass, then you gon' die a sucker. Don't wanna unite with you. I don't want nothing from you, but a lot of distance. I was overly optimistic, but everybody ain't gonna make it. It was written. Too many black girls.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.